5 seconds to go. Start. Let me at the outset extend my heartiest congratulations to the recipients of the President's Police Medals for distinguished service. I commend you for your dedication and devotion to the cause of national security and effective policing. I would also like to offer my heartfelt condolences to the families of your brave colleagues who sacrificed their lives in the service of the nation. I give you my assurance that our government will spare no effort to ensure that their needs are met and their futures secured. As I address you all here today, my mind goes back to some of the key issues I had raised in the same conference last year. I had spoken of the challenges facing the police forces today, of equipping the police forces with the necessary material and intellectual resources to meet these challenges, of the need to generate professionalism, honesty, integrity, and efficiency in the police, of the need to improve the public image of the police, whereby a policeman can be seen as a friend of the people, of addressing the material needs of policemen, particularly of those at the cutting edge grassroots level, and of reforming the police system so as to make it a more effective and humane organization. Periodic conferences like this are a good occasion to reflect on the progress made in achieving these goals. I had also asked the Home Ministry to quickly examine the recommendations of earlier committees on police reforms and suggest easily implementable measures. I am happy to note that some progress has been made. Police forces across the world continue to face an increasingly complex environment. New security threats have come to the fore, bringing in their wake new challenges. Governments across the world are trying to grapple with them to formulate suitable responses. In a large, diverse country of continental dimensions undergoing social, economic, and political change, your job is even more challenging. At a recent meeting with the superintendents of police, I was impressed by the seriousness with which young officers were applying their mind to the problems at hand. I had spoken to them of the changes that have taken place since the Police Act was passed in 1861. Today, police forces have to serve the interests of the people, not rulers. In a democratic framework, as we are in today, there is a need to have in the police forces a managerial philosophy, a value system, and an ethos in tune with the times. I had emphasized the need to ensure that police forces at all levels change from a feudal force to a democratic service. The spirit of public service, of respect for the rights of individuals, of being just and humane in one's actions must permeate the entire police force. I was impressed by the response of the young officers to the challenge I had outlined, and I am convinced that in them you have a group of officers who can transform policing in the country. They look up to you for professional leadership. You have to set an example to them so that they set an example to society. What are the key challenges facing the police force today? Clearly, the threat of terrorism and of organized crime are the two most important. But there are other challenges of equal importance to our people. The attacks on weaker sections, on Dalits, on minorities, and on women. Our police force must be equal to the task in dealing with each one of them. We need a combination of force and intelligence in dealing with each of these challenges. In dealing with social and gender based violence, there must be compassion for the victim and firm resolve to deal with the perpetrator of the crime. I call upon you to devote particular attention to crimes against all vulnerable sections of society, such as members of the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, women, children, and senior citizens. With economic progress, some of the fault lines in society have also become wide. This has brought additional responsibility on the police forces to ensure that law and order is maintained and no segment, no matter how meek, is oppressed. It is true that on account of a variety of factors, the fruits of developments have not reached certain sections of the society. The government is committed to providing equal opportunity to every community and every section of the population. The police must also be viewed as a fair, efficient, and honest service. The people must have confidence in your professionalism while instilling fear in those breaching the law and threatening the security of the country. The police at the same time must be perceived as friends by the law abiding common citizens. I have repeatedly said that no grievance, real or imaginary, can justify resort to terror, violence, or any other antisocial activity. Democracies provide legitimate means to express dissent. Stop.